What up, dude? It's the Four-Eyed Football Prophet. Your boy Aaron Duncan here with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You guys already know it's the channel. I might not tell you what you want to hear, but I'm definitely going to tell you what you need to hear. And of course, I give recap and analysis of the NFC South and the whole wide world, not the world, but the NFL. You guys know what I'm getting at. But if you want to see more videos about the Bucs, Saints, Panthers, Falcons, or the rest of the league, you gotta hit that subscribe button below, man. Hit the bell icon also. That way you don't miss a video. That way you get a notification when I do these live streams, because Wednesday is where it's at, and notification gang is always all over. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up too. Notification gang is checking in. I see you guys. Gang, 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 gang. Notification gang, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? So Lucas with the first comment. J. Steve checking in the second comment. Roman Eggs. Number 3. I just spit like crazy. What up, though, Roman Eggs? What up, though? Man, it's late. It's 9:50. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all still tuning in. Notification gang. Y'all, we gotta get more people in the notification gang, because I appreciate y'all tuning in. But y'all be the first ones all the time. So y'all know what time it is. It's Wednesday. You know what we do on Wednesday. I'm gonna get a background eventually, because these white walls are like a jail cell. But it is what it is, man. Carolina Panthers checking in. What up, though? It's a what up, though, not a what up, man. It's what up, though. Throw it up. But got a couple of good things to talk about. Week 15, y'all. Week 15. It's 3 weeks left in the regular season. I can't believe it. 3 weeks left in the regular season, man. Do y'all know what this means? Like, we're only a few months away from that dead dry period where we have to watch baseball and hockey and basketball. Oh, but the XFL coming out this year. The AAF, American Football Alliance, coming out this year. So we get a little bit of something in the spring. You know, you're right. JC's season flew by, yo. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see. I mean, the playoffs are always dope. It's way better than the NBA playoffs. Every game actually counts. You have to go through 2 weeks or a month and a half of games that don't matter when we know who's going to the Super Bowl. We know to the NBA championship. This is going to be a toss-up. There's a lot of good contenders in the NFL this year. So it's going to come down to the wire. Every play is going to count. We got Saturday football kicking off this week, right, too? So we get Saturday games. We get Thursday games, Saturday games, Sunday games, Monday games. Like 4 days out of the week, there's going to be NFL football on. Can't wait. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a brighter day though, guys. It's like I said, we get some football in the off season. Hopefully it'll be decent. Hopefully the XFL can be better than they were the first time. You know what I'm saying? It won't be glorified Monday Night Raw on TV and guys looking sloppy, but tis what it is. Make sure you guys get the video a thumbs up that you guys have checked in. I see somebody's already given it one, but make sure the rest of you guys get the video a thumbs up. It goes a long way. You don't even know how far it goes a long way. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? But just to give y'all the agenda for tonight, we're gonna talk about the NFL meetings that were today that they had in Dallas. We're gonna talk about the Raiders and them getting sued by the city of Oakland. We're gonna talk about some of these firings that happened lately. We're gonna talk about Brandon Marshall, of course. We'll talk about Brandon Marshall a little bit, and then we'll talk about, maybe if we have a little time, I'll talk about tanking, and I want to talk about Julio a little bit also, because I've been giving the Falcons fans a lot of love. I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping. I got some more videos coming, but I haven't really talked about the Falcons that much. I got to give them some love. I know it's a down year, but I got to give them some love. Like, this is the channel for the whole division. I genuinely respect the whole division, so I got to show everybody love. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're relevant or not, I got to show everybody love, because I got some subscribers that are probably sitting there with their hands out, like what going on, Dunk? Why you ain't dropping no videos? But what else? We're gonna talk, and then, well, yeah, of course we gotta get into the predictions, then the speed round. So make sure you guys go ahead, drop y'all questions. If you got anything for the speed round, you already know how that worked. But Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see. NFL meetings. So they had the meeting this year, their owners meeting that they always have every year. And one thing that a couple of things came out. I know that they said that the NFL draft is going to be in Las Vegas in 2020 because that's, of course, when the Raiders will be in Vegas also by then. So that'll be a very interesting night. I may try to make that move. Vegas is my second favorite city in the country after Atlanta, of course, but where I live. But Las Vegas is a very nice place. The NFL draft could be a pretty cool occasion to check out there. So we'll see how that goes. But they also announced the international games about the teams that are going to be playing in Mexico and London. Of course, the Jaguars, like they always do, they're pretty much going to. I think they may end up moving to London. Like they play literally once or twice. I think they have two games in London this year. Like their fans are gonna be so disappointed next year when they don't see Blake Bortles over there in London. But um, the Jags, they might as well just go ahead and pack it up and leave, man. Like it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. They were relevant that one year. I don't know how their fan base kind of came to them, but my friend lives in Jacksonville, and it's pretty easy for him to get tickets. He says so. Maybe the support isn't there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll appreciate the Jaguars across the pond. We'll see what happens. But I just thought one thing was interesting. Like not Roger Goodell was referring to like the way that the personal conduct policy works and how the NFL investigates and does their stuff. And they've been pretty much staying pat on not wanting to hire anybody out any kind of outside independent places to investigate some of these domestic violence stuff and personal conduct policy violations. And it was kind of weird to me that they didn't want to do that. We know they have a bad habit of playing. Well, not a bad habit. That's what they're in the business of doing. They're playing judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to what these guys do. Some of these guys get off when it comes to the law, but the NFL has their own law, and they're gonna drop down the hammer whether it comes to suspensions or fines or whatever. But the thing was that Roger Goodell said that they're not gonna pay for video evidence, and that kind of rung a bell with me, just because we don't hear about all the stuff that happens. All of a sudden, TMZ, who does pay for video evidence, always gets it and breaks the news. So why wouldn't the NFL just hire TMZ to do that and put them on payroll to get these videos? Because TMZ has that coin and they'll be willing to pay for it. The NFL's like, oh, we're not going to bribe people or try to corrupt the justice system to try to find out information against our players. I mean, it's cool and all, but you're going to concede in like February when it comes to Kareem Hunt, but the video doesn't come out till November, and you react to it then. So you get a bad rep every time. Same thing with Ray Rice, stuff like that. So they got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Or they got to at least take the police report and the information's word for it and drop the hammer then. Don't wait till you see some video and everybody's back. Like, it makes you seem like you thought the stuff was okay until you saw the video like everybody else, or until everybody else saw the video. You felt embarrassed and you decided to finally do something about it. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? You can't try to fake the funk once the public finds out about all this stuff. So I think maybe y'all should hire TMZ, because TMZ is the one breaking all these news and breaking all these videos for y'all anyway and breaking all this information. So maybe something to think about. If anybody from the NFL is watching this live stream, holla at your boy. I got plenty of ideas. JT says fake outrage. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, it deserves real outrage, but the outrage is fake. You know what I'm saying? They want to act like they're so disgusted and they don't align with all this stuff, but clearly I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This happened in February, and you knew what the deal was. Granted, there were pending charges on both sides, I guess, from Kareem Hunt and the other girl's side, so it's kind of tough. But the Ray Rice situation, there's no excuse. You knew about that. Why wasn't anything done? Like, I don't understand. But the public, I don't understand. Like, the internet's so weird that, like, there's 48-hour news cycles. People fake care for 48 hours, then it's on to the next thing and they don't care. They fake care for 48 more hours, something else comes up, on to the next one. It just pisses me off sometimes the way that society is now with the internet and stuff like that. But I don't know. What can you do? Let's move on to the Raiders being sued by the city of Oakland. So the city of Oakland being pretty petty. They know that the Raiders are moving to Las Vegas, and they want to sue them for antitrust lawsuit for, I don't know. I don't want to get into all the lawyer jargon because I'm not a lawyer. I don't play a lawyer on TV. I don't play a lawyer on my live stream. I'm not a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Um, but basically, they're going to sue them for leaving, and the Raiders had a year-to-year lease with the stadium and with the city and the stadium in Oakland. However, the city is suing, so it looks like that bridge is burnt. So now the Raiders are looking for a home. Um, it seemed like, well, if you paid attention to that international teams list, the Raiders are on there twice. That means they're going to play two of their home games. One home game is going to be in London, and another home game is going to be in Mexico. They're going to try the Mexico thing again, guys. Even though the field was crap, hopefully Shakira doesn't have a concert, or Taylor Swift, or whatever popular international star doesn't have a show the week before to tear up the field, and it'll be in decent shape because the Raiders don't have a home, so the Raiders only have 8 home games. So the NFL's eliminating two of those. 8. The NFL's eliminating two of those. That way, they only have 6 games to worry about when it comes to a stadium. So they can't play in Oakland. That's out of the question. So some options that I've heard are San Diego, using San Diego's old stadium. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. Possibly using the 49ers stadium, which the 49ers are like, they're not with it. They're not trying to have it. You're not coming in our house. Levi dropped all this bread on us. We're not going to let y'all use our field like that, even though y'all are just across the bay. Um, and somebody even dropped, hey, is Las Vegas Stadium ready? And they just said, oh, we're leaving all options open. And apparently the Vegas Stadium's not going to be open until 2020, so that could be out of the question. So we'll see what happens. I mean, the Raiders, they abandoned those Oakland fans, so this may be karma. Who knows? They're being petty, though, so I can't really call it karma, but it is what it is. Um, let's move on to some of these firings. So everybody's heard about after the Monday night game where the Vikings stuck up the joint, thank goodness, that the Vikings offensive coordinator got released in his first year after he was the quarterback coach for the Eagles, I guess, last year when they won the Super Bowl. This whole Andy Reid tree, people are taking this thing way too far, and they're just hiring anybody that's worked under Andy Reid, and all these guys ain't it yet. You know what I'm saying? So he did his 1 year, and he's gone. He didn't even get a whole year. And the Eagles came out and said, we don't want you back either, bro. So you burn that bridge. No, I mean, Philly was thought to be that spot because he won that championship, but Philly said they don't want him back. They've already came out and said they don't want him back. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see what happens to this guy. But a lot of people want to blame Kirk Cousins, saying that Kirk Cousins getting paid all that money is the reason why the guy is just a scapegoat. If you've been following me for a while or subscribing for a while, you would know that I'm a Kirk Cousins supporter. I never said that. I did say that he would be a top 5 MVP candidate. I will gladly admit right now that I was wrong. That was one of my bold predictions, so I tried to go against the grain. However, I thought Kirk Cousins would take a step up, but he pretty much is the same guy. We knew going in that Kirk Cousins wasn't the guy that could elevate the play of the whole team. You know what I'm saying? He's never been that guy. He's good with playing with the hand he's dealt. He could put up decent numbers. But like I said, the defense is not playing well. The running game is going to be average. If the offensive line is going to be just as garbage as it was last year, what do you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? He was running for his life all day Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what kind of pocket quarterback can do anything without protection. You know what I'm saying? This is the same garbage O-line that they had last year. So Kirk Cousins, he's gonna take some blame, of course, because he's getting $84 million guaranteed, and he at this point they went 13-3 last year, and now they're 6-1 and barely hanging on to the last playoff spot. Case Keenum did way better than that. Well, Case Keenum got paid, went to a new team, and he's not doing great there either. So maybe it was coaching that hurt Case Keenum. Maybe it's just an anomaly. Lightning in the bottle year. Maybe it was just their year last year. But their defense took a step back. Their running game took a step back. And like I said, the O-line hasn't taken any steps back. They're garbage. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. The Raiders GM got fired also. A lot of people are saying he's a scapegoat for um, Jon Gruden. A lot of people were accusing, like, this is why the whole tanking thing pisses me off, because people don't tank on purpose. You lose your job when you lose games. You know what I'm saying? So why would somebody intentionally, lose games? This guy, Jon Gruden, probably had some influence. You would think, oh, he deserves to be fired. He traded away Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper, and look what they're doing. They're the missing piece for two teams that are now in playoff contention. And I get it. But they gave Jon Gruden the keys, you know what I'm saying? And Amari Cooper didn't align with what Jon Gruden had a vision of for this team. Khalil Mack, even though he's awesome and an all-pro and a beast, he didn't allow what Jon Gruden wanted to do. So McKenzie, being that Jon Gruden has the longevity and the pull and the cachet, whatever you want to call it, with the organization, he had to make that move. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is on that front. Did he get shafted a little bit? Probably. But giving Jon Gruden $100 million over 10 years, you knew that Jon Gruden was going to want to get his guy because he knew he had a safety net for the amount of time he was going to be in Oakland. So he knew that he had time to make moves that he was looking like, hey, I'm going to be safe. I don't know about you. I'm going to be safe. So I wouldn't call it tanking, even though they gave away their good players. It's not tanking. They clearly beat the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? So they're not trying to lose games. Apparently, the Steelers haven't been great. You know what I'm saying? The irony of that, because the Panthers have kind of fallen off a cliff since they lost to the Steelers. And the Steelers has fallen off a cliff since they beat the Panthers. It's kind of weird. That's how the NFL is sometimes, but it is what it is. Jon Gruden, apparently he has a vision. Will we see it in Oakland? No. Will we see it in Vegas? Possibly. Like I said, he has 10 years. I don't see them getting rid of him anytime soon for now. But we did see this team in the playoffs, and they were a championship contender until Derek Carr, hurt his leg in the play. A lot of people were picking them to beat the Patriots and go to the Super Bowl that year, quiet as kept. Remember that. They're not that far removed from that. What happened, though? They got a boatload of picks for Khalil Mack and 2 first-round picks for Mark Cooper. So they got room to make money. They got room to make moves. And I think they have a lot of cap space, too. So we'll see what they can do. You know what I'm saying? That it's going to take more than one draft with a bunch of first-round picks to get this right. They're going to need to mix some veterans. Who's going to want to play there? According to Jon Gruden, a bunch of people are calling him wanting to play. So that should be easy for them, quote-unquote. They got trade ammo and trade bait with some of the players to get rid of if they wanted to do that. So we'll see what happens with them, man. What up, though? Complete Chaos. What up, Donna Clark checking in? Yeah, I agree, Chaos. He got a 10-year. He got plenty of time. Like, that's the ultimate. That's 10 years, $100 million. That's the ultimate vote of confidence to tell somebody, hey, you got plenty of time. Do what you do. But like you said, you wonder, can he build? We'll see. Roman A said the Raiders are going back to the playoffs in 2 years. You must think that Patrick Mahomes is going to lead the NFL to go play Major League Baseball, because the Chiefs, they're running that division because they got a young quarterback, young wide receiver, young tight end. They had a young running back. They'll need a new one. We know that story, but they look like they're built for the future, man. And Patrick Mahomes is the real deal, but only time will tell. In the NFL, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. So we'll see what happens going forward. Let's move on. So today, I don't know if did this news break today. I'm not exactly sure, but I got a notification on my phone today about the Saints cutting wide receiver Brandon Marshall after a month on the team and never seeing a blade of turf inside that Superdome. Like, I don't understand the purpose of this signing. I understand that when they signed him, Kirkwood emerged and Smith stepped up his game a lot, and maybe that was a rear end kick to get those young guys going. But The Dez Bryant thing didn't work out. I get it. That was just dumb luck. I really thought Dez Bryant would probably be in the rotation. Did they ever have any desire to play Brandon Marshall? Was it just a desperation move because they needed a fallback plan from Dez Bryant? I don't know. I know Ted Ginn will be back soon, so maybe that's a reason why they got rid of him. But why not play him at all? He's been on the team for 4 weeks. He collected some money. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. I know he wasn't active, so he didn't get a ton of money, but why even bring this man in if you had no intent on playing him? Did he not pick up the playbook? Was he out of shape, even though he was on the team earlier that year? What was going on with Brandon Marshall behind the scenes that caused him to be in and out faster than the burger joint on the West Coast? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's going on with with that move. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really looked up what the deal is with Ted Ginn. Click like definitely if he'll be active this week or when he'll be back. I know he's eligible to come back from IR this week, but we'll see the reason why they got rid of Brandon Marshall. What is going on there? If anybody knows, let your boy know, please, because I'm in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. I talked about tanking though. Let's talk about a little bit more. I talked about it last week. Guys are still telling me they like to see their NFL team tank. NFL and football is not a sport where guys are tank. Guys are too. I know somebody on the radio were talking about this. They say it's too manly, and basketball and baseball, it's not as manly of a sport, so they don't have as big a pride as NFL guys to lose games on purpose or not try for the future. And I'm trying to think of the last team that actually tanked and had success, like the following year. Because one draft, like this is the NFL. There's one draft pick is not going to change your whole team. NBA, yeah, because those guys they play everywhere, and there's only 5 guys on the court, so one guy can have a huge impact. NFL guys don't play both ways. Guys play one way, one position. Even if you got the best rookie ever to play, and he plays one position, you still might not make the playoffs. It don't mean nothing. Saquon Barkley was clearly the best player in the draft last year, but his impact didn't really help the Giants much at all. They were still garbage because of Eli. You need more pieces. You need a good old line. You know what I'm saying? It's NFL's ultimate team game. One man can't uplift the whole team like that. I don't care if he's a quarterback or not. If they got the best quarterback in the world in the draft next year, he's not going to make a difference if it had anybody to throw to, anybody to block for him, anybody in the run game that can take pressure off him. Like, I don't understand what the purpose of tanking. Like, you need to make your picks count anyway. It's not like if you got a higher pick, it's guaranteed that you're going to not miss the pick. There's been plenty of busts high up in the draft. So how high you pick really doesn't matter to me, man. Like, I don't understand. But like I said, it takes a lot more than that. You got to spend money in that free agency along with those picks that you pick up. You got to have a good draft as a whole. Get some steals late to get depth. You need to spend money in that free agency, like I said, to get game-changing players in there to make a difference. Just losing a couple extra games to kind of get to move up 4 or 5 slots in the draft is not going to make the difference for you. You need to accumulate more picks. I mean, the Raiders are doing that. There's more than one way to tank, I guess. If you want to tank, I guess. You could trade away your players. I don't think the Raiders even did that, though. They kind of they just didn't fit the system, so they got rid of them. It just so happened to be 2 of their top 5 players on the team, and it ended up costing them a lot of games, and it ended up helping the team they traded them to win a bunch of games. So it is what it is. I don't think they're like. I think the only way it can happen in the NFL is from the general manager. But as you can see with the Raiders, even if y'all thought he was intentionally tanking, he got fired and it cost him his job. So somebody let me know if you know of a team that tanked and it paid off for them the following year. The NFL changes so much though. Like, of course, we see what happened to the Eagles, how far they fallen off. So you never really know. Sometimes it's just about getting on the right hot streak, getting the right momentum. The Eagles weren't really the favorite going into the playoffs. They weren't one of the better teams going into the playoffs anyway. But they just hit their stride at the right moment. They caught lightning in the bottle with Nick Foles, and some things went their way, and they got that ring. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts on the whole tanking thing. Complete Chaos says Brandon Marshall's longest tenure player, never to reach one playoff game. Now he won't be cut from the Saints. Right. Now, I read an article that said that it sucks for him because he never made to the playoffs. However, he was on the Seahawks. Had he stayed on the Seahawks, he would be going to the playoffs probably. He was on the Saints. Had he actually played and stayed with the Saints, he would have been going to the place, playing the playoffs also. So you miss out on two opportunities to make the playoffs, especially when you've never been in your career. I mean, that's very unfortunate and it sucks. I kind of wish I knew more information about what happened, but sucks for him. We'll see if he's done. He's 34 years old. I would hate to see him not play one playoff game in his whole career. So we'll see if off season he can get on for somebody real cheap and help somebody out. We'll see. Um, let's talk about Julio. Julio, he's been having a great year. The quiet is kept. It just happens that the Falcons aren't great. You know what I'm saying? That I heard him talking on the radio today about how much of a good year Julio was having with 1,400 yards in his fifth consecutive season. Even though he's only had 5 touchdowns, I know he got a lot of flack for not getting in the end zone, but 1,400 yards is not easy. 94, like his production has been ridiculous. 1,400 yards is, he's probably going to clear 16, which is over 100 yards a game. And this guy could easily go for 300 yards this week and be pushing close to getting 2,000 on the season because that's just the type of guy that Julio is. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him get 300 yards. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of my team, the Panthers. But this guy is a freak of nature, and the production is ridiculous. I think if the Falcons had at least 2 more wins, he'd probably be being considered for Offensive Player of the Year. But it's just something like when you're in a city like Atlanta, the media's not all over you when you're trash. So it is what it is. I mean, I know to me, he's the best receiver just because off of raw ability, his skills, like the combination of size, speed, strength. He can even tackle. We saw him lay a guy out earlier this year, but Julio deserves a little bit more respect. I think I'm gonna drop a video about Julio probably sometime soon because I haven't given the Falcons fans a whole lot of love. But it is what it is. Dirtbag Don checking in. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? One more quick thing before we get to these predictions. I don't know if y'all heard, but Eric Reid got fined again. This another week. Eric Reid got fined again for a hit against Humphreys. It wasn't really a hit. It was like a two-hand shove. I think Jameis threw it behind Humphreys on the slant route, and as soon as he turned around, Eric Reid hit him. It wasn't flagged, but the NFL fined him $26,000 for hitting a defenseless receiver. And this is his fourth fine of the season. So I'm sure he'll appeal. And he's just been saying that he's paying this, but he's just adding this to the accumulation of his lawsuit that he has against these teams. Like he's just using this as as his ammo for his lawsuit against these teams in his collusion case. Because how many times has he got drug tested? Who knows? How many times has he been fined? 4 times in what? 9 games? That's ridiculous. He wasn't even flagged. It was a two-hand shove. He didn't hit him in the head. He didn't hit him in the neck. He didn't use his helmet. He just hit him hard. Yeah, he was defenseless, but I don't remember them saying that you can be fined for hitting a defenseless receiver, especially if you're not using your helmet or your shoulder pads or hitting them in the head or neck area. So, Dirtbag Don asked when they're going to trial. I'm not sure. I think they're still gathering evidence. I don't know if him and Kaepernick have the same lawyer. But I know they're still gathering evidence. We'll see. But I definitely feel like they coming at him, bro. He only signed like $1 million contract with the Panthers, and they've been taxing this man like Uncle Sam every week to try to get some money out of him or trying to catch him slipping to find a reason to get him up out of the league or find another reason to get a red flag for. I don't know. Are they trying to build ammo for this lawsuit themselves? Are they trying to find a reason for NFL teams to really not want to mess with him? I don't know, but this dude's having a career year, even though he didn't have a training camp, and even though he's missing 3 games. Some Panthers fans have been hating on him because he's been the deep safety a lot of times when teams score touchdowns. But if you go back and look at the film, sometimes they're his fault. A lot of times they're really not. He's just that deep guy, and the way the Panthers are using him this year, that's not really his style. He's not a free safety. He's more of a strong safety because he's physical. He's like an extra linebacker. And hopefully with another offseason under the books, maybe a new defensive coordinator next year, hint, hint, they'll be able to use Eric Reed a little bit better. I think they should re-sign him. Of course, he'll be a free agent. They'll probably have to pay him more than $1 million. But the new salary cap came out this year, guys. I mean, everybody's got $10 million extra dollars, so we'll see what everybody will be able to do with that. I think the Panthers have $23 million in cap space, so they should be able to sign Eric Reed. If not, I think another team will probably quote unquote take a chance on him, especially. So we'll see what happens. Um, Dirtbag Dom said, yeah, complete. Rezon said, so when they go to here, actually go to trial. Complete Chaos said, with the fines and drug test, yeah, the NFL is wrong for that. Dirtbag Dom said, I saw a tweet that said 84 QBs got signed before cap. That's crazy. They rather put Brady Quinn on the field. You're right. Brady Quinn is freaking working for CBS, and he know he's trash. You see, you also kind of tied story. He clearly don't want to play football no more. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think Colin Kaepernick is coming to grips with not playing ball anymore. Um, it's just funny to see, like Roman A say, to see Mark Sanchez get benched for Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson, you realize I told y'all about the XFL and the AAF, the Alliance American Football League. It's gonna be playing in the spring. It's a new spring league. You know what I'm saying? Mike Vick is like the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta team. It's a lot of former pros and like has-beens like Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson actually got drafted last week for this new league. It's like a semi-pro league, but they're gonna pay a little. They're gonna pay and all this and that. Josh Johnson was drafted and signed for the other league, but the Redskins went and got him, brought them on their team. He'll be starting this week ahead of Mark Sanchez. He'll be their fourth quarterback. But nah, they're not signing Kaepernick. But that is what I mean. I'm just going. I remember Josh Johnson. I think Josh Johnson wasn't that the guy that played for Texas A&M, and then Ryan Tannehill switched from quarterback. Yeah, Ryan. I think that is. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure because this guy played for Texas A&M. Ryan Tannehill was a wide receiver. If you guys don't remember, Ryan Tannehill, the quarterback of the Dolphins, was a wide receiver at Texas A&M. He switched to quarterback like his senior year and beat out Josh Johnson. And then Tannehill, of course, you know where he's at now, but Josh Johnson is starting. He's the fourth quarterback for the Redskins. He's starting over Mark Sanchez, a.k.a. Mark Sanchez. But Kaepernick can't get signed? Okay. But yeah, Josh Johnson got signed to a amateur football league that's going to be playing in the spring. And they brought him out of that league to come play in NFL over Kaepernick. Okay. I just wanted to get that straight. I had to talk it out because it sounded crazy, but it sounded crazy in my head. But once I spoke it out, I now know that it is crazy. It is what it is. Let me make sure that's him before I put out this fake info, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Yep, yeah. Josh Johnson was drafted by the Buccaneers. Lo and behold, I forgot about that. In 2008, he was drafted by the Buccaneers. And he will be starting this week. Yeah, he's played on how many teams is that? He's a journeyman quarterback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's played for 11 teams, guys. Played for 11 teams. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, 11 teams. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Um. Oh well. I don't even want to get into that. Uh. Like a lot of people, Dirtbag Johnson. I don't even know who Josh Johnson is. Um. Yeah, exactly. Complete chaos. That's the lead that you can't. You can't kneel for the anthem. You're trying to take politics out of it. Um. Oh, I didn't know if you have a criminal record, you can't play in the XFL. Dang. Wow. But yeah, this dude's been on 10 teams and 11 teams in 10 years. He's wow, he did. He started for the Bucks. Wow. I guess that was during the Josh Freeman era, probably with the Bucks. I'm guessing sometime around then when they didn't know what they were gonna do with Josh Freeman. Um, but we'll see. But Day Day Falls, what up, though? Lucas said hashtag Packers don't need McCarthy. Why? The funny thing is when everybody wants to prove a point about their quarterback getting fired, they're using Mike McCarthy as the measuring stick. They're like, oh, Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl and then this, that, whatever. My coach hasn't done none of that. So if Mike McCarthy gets fired, my coach deserves to be fired. I'm like, bro, Mike McCarthy, sometimes stuff just runs its course. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't explain it. It happens with sometimes with friendships. Certain things happen in certain seasons. Sometimes stuff runs its course and stuff gets stale, stuff gets sour. Different things happen. You're in different stages and stuff just has to. It's better that you guys just sever your ties in and move on. Mike McCarthy has won a lot of games. He brought a ring to he brought another ring, excuse me, to Green Bay. And sometimes relationships just run their course, and I think that was the case with the Packers and McCarthy. Um, but it was time. But we'll see. Apparently, Bruce Arians don't want nothing to do with the Packers, and I think it's because of Aaron Rodgers being a prima donna. So we'll see. Bruce Arians is a great coach, but we'll see if he comes back and coaches the Browns. That's what he said. But apparently, the Browns haven't reached out to him at all. Um, and I mean, I don't like to joke about stuff like that, but it's crazy how some of these coaches be using these health reasons to get out of a situation they didn't like. Bruce Arians retired because of health reasons, and now he's in the booth, and now he said that the only team he will come back for is the Browns. So they try to take time, like retire and use it as leverage. Urban Meyer, uh, Urban Meyer did the same thing with Florida. Remember that when he kind of skated out of there when he knew all that BS was going on after he brought in crazy stuff like a bunch of crazy stuff was going on in Florida. Then the whole Aaron Hernandez situation, he had guys like that, and apparently he had the whole domestic abuse thing that was going on in Florida. Also, he skated out of there, took a year off, got a check from ESPN, went to Ohio State. I don't know if he'll be done for now. I'm sure he'll get back with ESPN because they hire all coaches that get knocked off, even though they're not good. Because I don't know why Chip Kelly had a job working for ESPN. Chip Kelly has probably the worst speaking voice I've ever heard of. He talks fast, and I just don't like Chip Kelly's personality as an analyst. But I'm just being random right there. Dirtbag Don said he heard Bathroom Ben don't like his coach either. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know what the Steelers are gonna do with him. Annie Clark, what up, Annie Clark? Tuning in. She said she would keep Greg Williams as the coach for the Browns. Greg Williams been doing his thug dizzle. Um, I can agree. I definitely think they need to bring in an offensive mind though. Um, but I got a feeling they're gonna target somebody like maybe Lincoln Riley, and if Lincoln Riley's gonna leave college, he's not going to leave to be an assistant coach. He's going to want the head coaching spot. Now, Greg Williams, how will he feel if he has to coach under a guy that's like 25 years old? No, not 25. But y'all know how young Lincoln Riley is. Lincoln Riley's like young as crap. He's smart, and I had no idea that NFL coaches were going to Lincoln Riley to get like offensive like philosophy stuff from him, like bringing some of the college game to the pros. I had no idea he was that smart, but Lincoln Riley, him and Baker Mayfield are like best buds, I guess, and they're real tight. I told you guys about that press conference they had when Baker Mayfield got in trouble, I guess, and Lincoln Riley like cried and stuff when Baker Mayfield had to miss a game or something like that, or didn't have to start or something. I don't know, but they seem to be real tight. That's kind of why they want to bring back Lincoln Riley. He's got two back-to-back Heisman winning quarterbacks, so he's doing something right. And both of them are below. Well, I don't know. Both of them are somewhere around or below 6 feet. I know Baker Mayfield is arguably 6 feet, but Kyler Murray is like 5'9". We like the same height, but he's way faster and he can throw. Um, Donna Clark, being a Saints fan, knowing Greg Williams, he says that Greg Williams' ego would never allow him to stay if he doesn't get the head coaching job. I agree, especially if they put him under somebody like Lincoln Riley, a young guy with no NFL experience. I don't think he wants to do that again. I think that he tolerated Hugh because he know Hugh didn't want anything to do with the defense, and he was kind of like, I'm an offensive guy. You can take the defense. I trust you, and whatever. I think Greg was cool because he knew that he had that power over the defense. One, two, he knew Hugh was probably on the way out, so he would be next in line for this position because as unstable as Greg Williams may seem or whatever, he was way more stable than Hugh and way more stable than Todd Haley. So I think Greg Williams does deserve a chance to be the head coach. Like I said, they need to bring an offensive mind. I don't know what or who. Will they go after the Vikings OC that just got that just got that just got cut or not or released by the Vikings? Will they go after him? He's a product of Andy Reid. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But I think he needs a guy that can really push Baker Mayfield. They have weapons. You know what I'm saying? They got plenty of money. You know what I'm saying? And people are really starting to believe in what the Browns got going on. So it may not be hard for them to recruit guys because, like I said, they got money to burn. I think they'll have probably the highest cap space again. I think they have 53 million going into this year, and that's even after paying Landry $17 million. You know, so they should be able to bring some more pieces. Eventually, you have all these top guys because you were trashed for so long. You're picking at the top of the draft. You're picking at the top of the draft. Eventually, these top picks are gonna start panning out. You got talent. You got Jabril Peppers. You got Myles Garrett. You got Baker Mayfield. You got a good pick in Nick Chubb. You got some guys. You got Njoku. You got some guys, man. Maybe one more wide receiver, a solid wide receiver, and they have the bread for it. Like I said, stir up that offensive line a little bit more, and it may actually be straight. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm trying to think of what else they need. Secondary could probably need a little bit of tuning up, maybe, and maybe some D line depth. Besides Myles Garrett, but I mean they're in a good spot. I think Greg Williams does deserve a chance. We'll see. And Donna Clark, I mean that's a really good point. Whatever, I mean, he says that the next coach of the Browns will speak to the influence that Baker Mayfield has. I can agree. But I would like to add that maybe their general management is smart and realize that you finally have a decent quarterback. Let's put somebody that can actually help him succeed. Let's not waste him. We skipped on Carson Wentz. We skipped on Deshaun Watson. We skipped on everybody named Mama that can throw a football half decent. Let's get this one right since we think we got the guy and we have weapons around him. So let's add more weapons. Let's get a coach that can work with him good. They have defensive talent. Yes, Greg Williams is a big influence on how they've been playing as far as causing turnovers and whatnot. But you can find good defensive coaches. I mean, that's just me. We'll see. But if you have a decent quarterback, everybody knows you got to go for it when you have one. Like I said, they got hella cap space. So they got some money to make some moves, man. So they definitely have to make it an ideal situation for him. I agree with you, Donna Clark, on that one. All right, man. Let's move on to these predictions. I'm 43 minutes in. I'm going to make these predictions fairly quick. Got 3 games, of course, because we got another NFC South matchup. We got inter-division matchups for the rest of the year. I think the backloaded the schedule, so I'll only have to watch 3 games of film. Yay! But make sure you guys give a video a thumbs up if you hadn't, though. Before I get into these predictions, make sure you guys give a video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. But the first matchup, I'll start from the worst game to the best game. We'll start with the Cardinals at the Falcons. This is the final home game. The final home game for the Atlanta Falcons in the Mercedes-Benz Dome. They had the state championship games this past week. They had the Atlanta United just got a championship. May still be confetti still in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They're saying that the curse of the Atlanta teams and Georgia teams is lifted, even though UGA just lost to Alabama a couple weeks ago. They're saying the curse is lifted. Who knows? But that's besides the point because the Falcons aren't going to the playoffs this year. This is their last home game. If they can't beat the Cardinals, Sarkisian's out of there. Dan Quinn, we need to start reevaluating this. Something's got to give because Josh Rosen has been turning the ball over more than anything. You know what I'm saying? He's been flipping. He's been turning. It's been crazy. He struggled. He played. I think he was one of the first quarterbacks to play early, besides Darnold. Excuse me, and he struggled. You know, the Cardinals isn't an ideal place for a quarterback to start from day one, and I hope they don't ruin him because I thought he was probably one of the better pro prospects coming out I thought his ceiling might not have been as high, but I thought he was more pro ready than the rest of the guys that were coming in. But he's probably in the least ideal situation out of all of them, thanks to Sam Bradford. Uh, but we'll see. But like I said, this is just what the doctor ordered for the Falcons. They're on a 5-game skid, and they're gonna compete. The word tanking has been floated around, and I think one of the announcers on the radio today said that he wants to know whoever said that because he wants to punch them in the forehead for requesting that a team will tank. Um, Dirtbag Don, you got to be lying to me. He said Dirtbag Don says that the Cardinals are -3 right now. I don't believe you, so I'm going to double check. I ain't gonna lie because Vegas maybe getting a lot of my money if that's the case. Because -3. No. I knew that wasn't true. The Falcons are -9 in this game. I was like, if that's the case, I'm putting everything I got on the Falcons this week to cover that 3 points. But that 9 is a lot, especially for a team that hasn't been playing that great. But the Cardinals don't have much offensively at all. So if the defense can't get it right this game, they need to rethink their life, reevaluate their life. We'll see though. I know they're banged up, so we'll see if they can take advantage of this young quarterback. Sark is on the hot seat, so I expect him to try to do as much as he can. They do have some defensive players on the Cardinals side though. Chandler Jones, Daniel Buchanan, Robert Kendichi, who will be returning back to Georgia. He's from Atlanta. Patrick Peterson, of course, will be matching up with Julio. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think that the Cardinals have enough offensively. I want to say firepower because they won't need firepower because the Falcons' offense has been great. I got the Falcons winning this 24-13 in their final home game, getting a win and moving to what? What are they? 4-7. I got them moving to 5-7. Oh, Dirtbag Don said that's his spread. You tripping? Um, you got the Cardinals -3. Yeah, you wildin'. Let me get some of that. Let me get some of that stuff that you smoking on. I ain't gonna tell nobody because you got the Cardinals -3 on the road with Josh Rosen at quarterback. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. The Falcons are 4-9. My bad. Oops, I said 4-7. Dang, I'm tripping. It's week 15. I want to go back in time because this football season has flown by. Like it's week 15, y'all. Like this is wild. Wow. Bright side is we get Saturday football games, so whoop, it is what it is. Moving on. The Bucks at the Ravens. So the Bucks are coming off this loss and a collapse. I wouldn't call it a collapse. They just lost to the Saints. They can't. They had the lead, a 14-3 halftime lead, and they proceeded to not do anything the rest of the half. They just packed it in. They said, "We've done enough, guys. We've proved what we thought we needed to prove. You know, we've already beat them once this season. We know we're not going to the playoffs. We put up 14. We put up 14 points, held in the 3. Let's just go ahead and pack it in, guys. You know, we got some barbecue on the ship in the end zone. Let's go chill out. Get out this rainstorm. Get out this mud. Let's chill." They pretty much left everything they had was in at halftime. Lamar Jackson just been named a starter this week. Flacco's rumored to come back because the Bucks, because the Ravens, um, because the Ravens, they kind of had a quarterback controversy, but of course Lamar Jackson hurt his ankle last week. They were supposed to beat the Chiefs, so that puts it in perspective. Had it been not for the benefit of that crazy fourth down that Patrick Mahomes threw to Tyreek Hill, the Ravens would have probably would have beat the Chiefs. So the Ravens, they're in a playoff hunt. This is a big time game for them. So they're gonna be on it. Their defense is one of the top ranked defenses. This will be a good test to see how Jameis does against a way better defense than been facing the past few weeks. You know what I'm saying? We know the Saints can get after the passer and stop the run, but they're not that great against the pass. The 49ers, they're just shelling themselves. The Panthers, they did play strong in the second half against the Bucks, but we know their defense has not been anything like it's been in past years. So the Ravens are a bona fide top-notch defense. We'll see what those guys. We'll see what Jameis has against these guys. Will he be able to take care of the football? Will he be able to outplay Lamar Jackson, who's been running that thing all over the place? Like I said, he has a bum ankle, but we'll see. We'll see how that defense will be able to defend Lamar Jackson. They've played a lot better football, even with a bunch of nobodies on their team because everybody's hurt. They played a lot of young guys. They showed some signs of life as a defense. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that game turned last week with thanks to Taysom Hill and some sacks by Cam Jordan. But the defense has played better, surprisingly. But in this game, I just think the Ravens are a playoff team. They're looking to keep it going. They know last week was kind of a tough one for them. But I think they end up winning this game 23-17. I think we'll see a little bit of Lamar Jackson, and I think we'll see some Joe Flacco in this game also. How much both those guys play, I'm not sure. Now, to the granddaddy of them all. The Saints at the Panthers on Monday Night Football. Is this the last Monday night? No. We got probably 2 more Monday Night Football games left. I think 2 more Monday Night Football games left this year. The Panthers, they haven't been on prime time. Last time we saw them in prime time was Thursday, which is they're probably their least favorite day of the week after what happened to them getting scrubbed by the Steelers. Ever since then, it's been downhill. I mean, tis what it is. Fortunately, when you come out to a 6-2 start and the NFL's as crazy as it is this year, you lose 5 straight, you still got a chance to make the playoffs, as slim as they are, which is wild and hard to imagine because to most Panthers fans, they've probably given up. Now thinking about the draft, Andy Clark, I thought you were a Browns fan. Hold on, Andy Clark. I thought you were a Browns fan. Hold on. Thought you were a Browns fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, who you rolling with, Andy Clark? You said who that win, but thought you was part of the dog pound. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, think about this. A month and a half ago, I was probably salivating over this matchup. Like, I was probably salivating over this matchup because thinking about what it could have been. Like, dang, both these teams going at it. The Panthers only a game or two behind the Saints. Both teams are going to be battling for the division. The division will be on the line. Now, 5 weeks later, a month and some change later, both teams have different goals. The Saints have a lot of the division, so that's not on the line. They're battling for that number 1 seed and home field advantage and throughout the playoffs, of course, in the first round bye. The Panthers are just fighting to keep their slim playoff chances and hopes alive. Now, both teams have different, like I said, both teams have different goals, but the Panthers come into the game after been playing terribly lately. Terribly. Like, it's not like, it's just been death by 1,000 paper cuts. Like, they find different ways to lose close games every week. It's not like it's just one problem, like, oh, the O-line's bad, so we're getting murdered up front. Nah. One time it's Cam throwing a bad pass. One time it's the defense giving up a game-winning drive. One time it's a field goal kicker missing field goals. Then it's drops by some players. Like, they're finding new ways to lose every time. So, I don't know where they're at right now. They're looking for answers. I don't know what the mood is in the locker room, if they still believe and have hope. I know most of the fan bases have given up, but Cam Newton has been hurt, but he's not sitting out. As long as they have a playoff shot, the Panthers are going to play everybody that's healthy, or they can't play. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the Saints, they have a lot to play for, too. They're going to be hungry. This is the NFC South rivalry. They haven't played each other all year. This game's going to be twice. It's the first game of 2 games in 3 weeks between these two teams. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. This one is in Charlotte, of course. It's in Charlotte. The Saints, they've had an interesting season, of course. They had the 10-game winning streak. Then they lost to the Cowboys, and they struggled that game. JT said he's going to the game and he's hyped. Um, and the the Saints they got exposed kind of against the Cowboys. The Cowboys showed a formula that if you haven't watched, there's a guy I forgot his name. It's Brett something, but he does all the film breakdowns. He did a good video of the Saints' issues on offense and how it got exposed by the Cowboys. You go check that out. He pretty much got at that. The only person they throw to on third, like what they try to do is run the ball control, and throw it to Kamara or Thomas on third down. And he pretty much pulled up the numbers. He showed the film and how the Cowboys did it. They pretty much put a corner on Kamara and double team Michael Thomas and got after the quarterback. Who can replicate that formula? There's other NFC teams that can. Can the Panthers do that? I don't. They haven't had a good pass rush all year, so that's one thing they can't do. Can they put an extra DB to guard Kamara? Possibly. Can they double team Michael Thomas? I mean, yeah, if you have two decent men, you can double team Michael Thomas to take away his options. Will Drew Brees still spread that ball around? Yes, he can find other guys, but the Cowboys, they did a good job of speeding up that clock for Drew. So Drew's gonna go to the guys that he can count on, which is Kamara and Thomas. The one time on third down he didn't go, he went to Kirkwood and he actually scored a touchdown. I think they said that Michael Thomas had no third down receptions that game. So we'll see. Can they replicate that formula? It's going to be tough. But like I said, the Saints do have a lot on the line that they're trying to get in front of them because they know that they have the leg up on the Rams. And the Rams got exposed themselves by the Bears. We'll see. But like I said, they can't afford to trip up. They have the leg up. They have the leg up on the Rams, of course. So the Rams will be on their heels. I think the Rams have an easier schedule in the back in these final 3 games. But it'll be something to watch. 2 things I want to pay attention to is because, of course, the 2 running backs, Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara, 2 of the best all-purpose backs in the league. Kamara's been having a great year. I think he's at how many touchdowns is he up to? Probably 14 or 15 touchdowns now. Christian McCaffrey is closing in on 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving almost, and that hasn't been done too often. He's only a couple receptions away from breaking the receptions record for a running back of 102. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? The Saints haven't been playing their best ball either. They had a great second half. And like I said, a lot of the turnovers, sacks, and that block punt was huge momentum against the Bucs. But they kind of struggled in that first half. There were some penalties, yes. I know there were penalties, guys. But there's always penalties. We know this year the refs have been terrible. Like, there's really no point in even talking about them anymore because how terrible they've been overall to everybody. So, we'll see what happens, man. I don't see the Saints being able to run the ball. The Panthers have done a pretty good job with the run lately. They've shored up their tackling. I see them airing the ball out a lot on the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? But in the preseason, if you guys don't remember, I picked that these games would be split, home and home. The Panthers are a way better team at home than they're on the road. Their backs are against the wall. It's a rivalry. Anything can happen. Will they be able to get going? Will they make any mistakes? I think that the Panthers have to play not flawless. They just can't turn the ball over and can't have dumb self-inflicted wounds like they've had all year. Cam Newton is 6-1 on Monday Night Football in his career. Like I said, they're way better at home. I think he's undefeated at home at Bank of America. It's gonna be cold, man. The world's gonna be watching. What will happen? I think the Panthers are gonna be desperate, man. I think the Saints are gonna be desperate too. What happened? I think it's gonna be a lot of points. I don't think the defenses pretty much have a chance. I mean, I said they don't have a chance, but I don't think the defenses are gonna be able to pretty much do anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that it'll be like one of those older fashioned Saints versus Panthers game where it's up in the 30s. My score prediction, though, since the crowd wants to know, I got the score being 33-30. Panthers. I gotta stick with my guns from preseason, and if I want to be the 4-eyed football prophet, that's my new nickname. I want y'all to refer to me as the 4-eyed football prophet. I gotta stick to my guns that I caught that I had earlier in the season. I got them splitting this. Um, I think that I just think that this is an interesting game. I just think that the Saints are 6-point road favorites right now. The Panthers are, we know they're a whole different team at home. And I just think that there's a lot of pride in that locker room. There's a lot of veterans on that team in the Panthers locker room that will be there last year. And we'll see what happens. But like I said, I think it'll be some points. I think it'll be an interesting game. The over-under is 51. I think that's low. I haven't checked the forecast for the game. Check the forecast. But Donna Clark said, I'm straight up tripping. However, that's why this is the NFC South. This is a crazy division, man. Like, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Looks like it's going to be clear. There's going to be some rain all weekend in Charlotte. But Monday looks like it's going to be clear. It's going to be in the 30s for the game. We'll see. I just think that it should be a good game, man. This is going to be hopefully be one of the better primetime games we've seen. We've seen a couple good ones recently, but I think this could be a decent one. Donna Clark says, I just cannot bring myself to accept it. A homer. What? Hold on. If I am mistaken, a lot of y'all, I could pull the receipts on a lot of y'all that said that the Panthers were gonna win this game because you thought they were gonna split, and you thought that you guys counted this as one of the losses that the Saints were gonna have, if I remember correctly. I can pull the receipts if y'all want me to, but if not, it is what it is. Y'all can just accept that y'all did say that, and I'm saying it right now too. So apparently, I'm not too far-fetched if some of y'all Saints fans pick the split yourselves. You guys know that this is an interesting rivalry. This will be a good game. You guys also thought you were going to kill the Cowboys. That's why they played a game. The Cowboys had not beaten anybody with a winning record until they beat the Saints. And now people are looking at them as a contender for the NFC. That's why they played the game, guys. I even picked the Saints to blow out the Cowboys. That's why they play the game, guys. You never know what can happen in these games, and it is what it is. You said Donald Clark. You also said the Cowboys game would not be close. What happened? That's why they play the game, man. Games aren't won on paper. You know what I'm saying? You guys were saying the Cowboys would get blown out because they didn't have the whatever. The Cowboys game was an anomaly. I wouldn't call it an anomaly. I think it was the formula that other teams in the NFC can replicate. We'll see how well the Panthers can replicate it. I think the Bears can replicate the formula that the Cowboys had. I think the Rams could probably do it. If they want it, if fully healthy, they could probably replicate that. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys, I think they also played the same way the Saints played the Steelers also. Steelers are, I don't know what's going on with them. They're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like, I don't know. But the Steelers got the Patriots this week, so they're definitely they're going to be desperate coming next week. We'll see what happens next week, though, too. So we don't want to get too far ahead. It's 1 week at a time in NFL, of course. Any given Sunday. You guys got to realize that the NFL is a lot closer in competition than you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah. But go ahead and watch. Let me see if I can find that link. Let me see. I want y'all to watch. If y'all don't watch the Brett guy, he does film breakdowns, but he was all over the Saints hype train, but he brought the video about what happened in that game. It was a pretty good video. I ain't gonna lie. If I knew how to edit and do all that crap like that, I would do a lot more of those film breakdown videos. I think I'm gonna try to do more of those. But his name is Brett Coleman. That's his name. Brett Coleman. Y'all check him out. Give him free shout outs, but it is what it is. It's a good video. Yeah, here goes the link, guys. I got y'all. Hold on, where's the chat? Where y'all watching the game at though on Monday? I usually go to a bar. I may not go because that bar is usually pretty packed. But y'all check out that link, man. It's a pretty good video. You may learn something. I know y'all don't want to believe certain stuff about your squad, but he put up a pretty good numbers and some eye-popping numbers that showed me a lot. I kind of knew it already, but it was some eye-popping. I didn't know how the Cowboys did it because I didn't go back and watch the coaches tape. But it is what it is. Nobody dropped no speed round questions, so I guess that means slow night. But just announcements. I got Julio video, I think, coming soon. More Falcons love coming soon, of course. I'm not dropping any draft prediction videos till after the season, guys. I'm not doing it. I understand that. We can talk about excuse me. We could talk about free salary caps as that got moved up, but we're not discussing the draft until the season is over. Lucas said he was about to ask a draft question. I don't know. I haven't been watching college football that much recently. I've been NFL locked in, man. This is the best time of the year. Let's enjoy it while it lasts. Next year is like 10 months a game. Do I think the 6th seed is down to the Vikings or the Panthers? I think the Packers have a chance, but their schedule, because their schedule is easy, but it's a very, very outside chance. But their schedule is easy. But I don't know what that series is. Did they split the series with the Vikings? So I don't know what the tiebreaker is between them and the Vikings. But the Vikings have the easier schedule and they're in the driver's seat right now, so it's gonna be tough for anybody else. But I think the Eagles are done. Redskins are done. He said that they tie one. Yeah, 6 seed may be an 18 win, 8 win team. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be 8-8 or 8-7-1 or 7-8-1. That's happened before. But it is that's the crazy thing. Tom Brady will not make another Super Bowl appearance. Tom Brady might be in that thing this year, man. Why are you playing? Why does everybody want to see the downfall of Tom Brady so bad? I mean, I know their fans are annoying. I know Brady's been good for most of you young guys' lives that are subscribed, but why people hate Brady so much? Rookie quarterback? Big Ben wasn't a rookie, was he? When they won it the first time? I don't think so. Let me see. Rookie QB to win Super Bowl. Bro. No rookie quarterback has ever won or even started a Super Bowl. We learn something new every day, guys. But Mahomes is not a rookie. He's a redshirt freshman. Remember, Mahomes is not a rookie. He's a redshirt freshman. Donna Clark said, who I think will get the 6th seed? I think probably the Vikings will get it. I think it'll probably stay how it is. Like I said, there's a lot of teams with chances, but it's not probable. Like I said in my Panthers rant video, that I think a lot of Panthers fans didn't like what I was saying in that Panthers video. But then I said that they can't give up until they're mathematically eliminated. Is it likely? Hell no. Is there a chance? Hell yeah. But I think the seeds will stay how they are. That's my final prediction. I just think that the Vikings, I think that tie actually helped them. You know what I'm saying? It helped them out. And I think that'll give them the advantage they need. I don't know if the Packers will be able to get it right. I know, like I said, I think the Redskins done, Eagles are done. Of course, Carson Wentz got put on IR with a back injury. It's Nick Foles' time. Watch out for the Eagles, man. They might make that Super Bowl run. Everybody was saying, "Oh, this is the week that this is the same week that Carson Wentz got hurt last year." Nick Foles came in and led us to the Super Bowl. Nick Foles had also played earlier this year and was trash. So I doubt that happens. But Wouldn't it be ironic if the Eagles make a playoff push now that Nick Foles is back? But either way, I think he's not getting re-signed by them. Point being, Mahomes not built for them lights. Only reason I'm not counting out because of Mahomes, I think it's because of Andy Reid. The Chiefs never do good down the stretch. They always have good regular seasons. Dirtbag Don said Saints are posting back-to-back games with second half shutouts. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That's what it took. It definitely that's what it took against the Bucs. Second half shutout. The Bucs just pretty much mailed it in. They set sails at halftime. But it was I was really intrigued by that 14-3 halftime score that I saw while I was watching other games. But it is what it is. Everybody down said Dennis Allen's unsung hero of Saints success. That's words I thought I'd never hear anybody ever say in my whole entire life ever. That's all I got to say about that. Donna Clark says the Saints have made great halftime defensive adjustments. Should be noted. And I mean, like I said, go watch that video I showed you. It pretty much pointed out that the Saints are good against the run and they're good getting to the quarterback. Do they do anything else well? Not really defensively, but I mean, there's two good things to be good at. Getting after the quarterback and stopping the run are two great things to be great at. So, this is what it is. Make sure y'all check out that video. You'll learn something for real. Brett's pretty smart. I don't know if he was a former NFL scout, but he should be. But he's pretty smart. I like watching his videos. He's got a ton of subscribers, and he puts out good videos, good content. His narration is pretty good. Amari Cooper's worth the pick. Yeah, you mean the pick? Hold on. Yeah, he's worth the pick for sure. I mean, a first round pick, like I said, there's no guarantee. When you can draft a wide receiver that you know what you're getting and you know he's going to be good, go with them. Whatever price you pay, if he's worth it in the end, it don't matter. You never overpay for something that you really needed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have like nobody's ever overpaid for anything. I overpay for gas every day. I overpay for gas every day, but I know I need it, and it comes in handy to get me to work and get me back. You overpay for a wide receiver if you need one. And he dropped 200 yards this past week. I think he's had two 200-yard games since he's been there. I know he went off on Thanksgiving, but it is what it is. Roman A said Colts or Broncos. Is that a matchup this week? Or getting the play? Are you asking who's getting the playoff? Oh, the Colts play the Cowboys. I don't know, man, because I'll say the Colts. I'll say the Colts just because the Broncos lost Emmanuel Sanders. Case Keenum's not playing great. I like Lindsey a lot, the little man. I got a special place in my heart for small running backs because once upon a time, a long time ago, I was a small running back in this game. Not in this game like NFL, but in college and high school. I was a small running back. So I got a special place for small running backs. But I think the Colts got the Cowboys this week, though. And the Broncos played the Cleveland Browns. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. They'll be in Mile High. But it is what it is. What else? I'm working on my website, guys. And I'm going to do my hand. I had an idea for doing merch through a third party, but it's whatever. I'm doing a website. I'm going to set up a shop on my website and do merch on there. I'm going to have these hats. This is a blank one. But I'm going to have these hats with the UB logo on it. Unnecessary Bluntness logo on it. I got t-shirts with the UB logo on it. I got black, red, gray. I got one Carolina blue one. I got a hoodie. And I got some other exclusive stuff for me that y'all can get if y'all want to. But I gotta work on my website myself, and I have another guy that helps me out. He's gonna be my merch guy too. So I'm gonna get that going. More videos, of course. We got a couple weeks left in this season. It's getting sad, dog. It's getting sad. Fortunately, the Saints may make a Super Bowl run, so I'll have a lot to talk about till the end of the season. So Saints fans, lucky for you, I'll probably be talking about your team for a while. And when the playoffs come, you'll probably get most of the focus from me. Oh, joy. But I like y'all. I like y'all Saints fans, man. Y'all all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you said the colorways matching the NFC South. Yeah, that's why like I said, I got a black, red, and blue. I need another red one. Let's see how gold looks, or what do they call it? Is it champagne or gold? What's the Saints color? Is it champagne or gold? One of y'all Saints fans, let me know what's the official Saints color. Is it champagne or gold? Um, so it's gold. Is it gold or is it champagne? Like, what's the official color? Let me look it up on Wikipedia. Um, it's called old gold. Yeah, I know it's gold. I just wanted the official, like, there's an official name for everything. Like, there's such thing as a Carolina blue. There's a champagne. Yeah, exactly, Roman. It's called old gold. I bet y'all Saints fans didn't even know it's called old gold. It's black and old gold. Y'all use the correct shade of gold. It ain't just regular gold. It's old gold. New gold is shiny. Old gold is dull and dirty, like y'all helmets. You know what I'm saying? But just messing around. Let me quiz y'all without looking it up. Who is the New Orleans Saints? What's the New Orleans Saints mascots? Does anybody know? Do y'all know the New Orleans Saints mascot name? Names or whatever you want to call them? This is funny. Like looking at some of these like team facts are funny. I think I'm gonna do a contest. If I did a contest, would y'all get in it like a quiz of like all like NFC South BS, like little stuff like that, just to see who knows what? I'm trying to figure out what's the mascot though. Do y'all know? Do y'all know the mascot? Do you know the mascot? Do you know the mascot? Does anybody know the mascot? 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, Bradley Davis, you're a fast typer when it comes to that Google, I see. Gumbo and Sir Saint. That is correct. But I see that you're a fast typer. You know how to use your Google resources. Um, you guys ever wonder why like they play the Yin Yang Twins stand up and get crunk song at the Saints game, but the Yin Yang Twins are from Atlanta? This is just stuff I think about when I'm by myself. Like, it's just weird stuff like that. Like, that don't make sense. For that to be your biggest rival, aren't the Yang Twins from Atlanta? I'm not mistaken, right? Odd to me. I'm just going on though. But like I said, merch. I will definitely do merch. Yeah, the Yang Twins are from Atlanta. Hold on. Who played Chopper Style? The Falcons play Chopper Style? Yeah. Oh, Chopper. Yeah, you're right. Uh, well, Chopper. I think Chopper's from New Orleans. Yeah, because they play Chopper Style. Oh, it's Chopper Style now. They don't play Stand Up and Get Crunk. Yeah, I could have sworn they still play that. Donna Clark said they need to be in a winning environment. Chopper Style is throwback. Stupid throwback. 2002, boy. Woo. Throwback. So Annie Clark and Donna Clark, y'all related? Y'all gumbo cousins or country cousins? What do you want to call it? Um, I got the same last name, but I appreciate Annie Clark tuning in. Bradley Davis, you got to go back and watch, man. Um, I see. I just looked up Chopper. They say he made a new Saints song. Um, but Dirtbag Don, see what I'm talking about? It's weird, man. But Bradley Davis, you got to go back, son. You got to go back, man. You got to tilt it back. Go back to about 65 minutes in the live stream. You'll see my prediction. I want the drama to build. I want you to feel the drama that I built up to give my prediction. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So it seems like Donna Clark said she's the Saints man. Y'all brother and sister. That's how y'all just one big family. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in, Annie Clark, too, because I don't have too many ladies on my channel, and I appreciate the ones that hold it strong. Annie, make sure you turn on the bell icon. That way you get notification, because I do this every Wednesday, and 9 times out of 10 is most of y'all Saints fans on here anyway. So I like to get y'all on here, get y'all stirred up, make y'all mad. They need y'all need somebody to be mad at and to hate. So I'll be that guy for you guys. So make sure y'all turn on the bell icon so y'all get the notification every time I do the live stream and every time my video drop. Merchandise will be in NFC South colors. I will do that. Oh, she says already on. Excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't mean. So you part of the notification gang. If you're not a part of the notification gang, what are you doing? Turn on your bell icon right now. Do it right now. Stop playing around. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Peer pressure. I know peer pressure is a mother lover, so I'm peer pressuring you. Turn the bell icon on. Give this video a thumbs up. But like I said, merchandise in NFC South team colors is coming. I'll even do a women's shirt if any females are interested, and I appreciate the love from everybody. Appreciate the love from Saints fans, Panthers fans, Falcons fans, Bucks fans. It's gonna be a good week. We only got a couple weeks left in the regular season, guys. Let's cherish these games before we have to deal with boring basketball season, baseball, and hockey. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up though, man. It's been 80 minutes. Woo! It's past my bedtime. It's past y'all bedtime too. Yeah, like y'all ain't got no job tomorrow or something. You say you're gonna cook some crow gumbo on Tuesday. You didn't even know that gumbo was your mascot. How you gonna cook? Do you even know how to? I'm questioning. Do you even know how to cook gumbo? If you didn't know that gumbo was your mascot, you know what I'm saying? I'm really starting to question. You know what I'm saying? Getting real skeptical. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? Just drop it in the comments after the video. You know, the live stream will get posted on the channel in a few minutes after it uploads. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all know what it is. It's the Four-Eyed Football Prophet. Your boy Aaron Duncan here. That's my new nickname. Y'all refer to me as the Four-Eyed Football Prophet. It got a nice ring to it. The Four-Eyed Football Prophet. All right? Say it 3 times fast so you remember. But anyway, I'm messing around. Aaron Duncan here. Necessary Blunt, the Sports Talk. See you guys next time. Peace.